It's very important for us humans to actually be connected to the soil. We need to touch the soil on a continuous basis. I farmed conventionally for a lot of years. First, I think you need to drop a little bit of your ego and acknowledge that maybe what you've been taught and what you've been doing has been wrong. What we're trying to do is use what is naturally available and also add more. If we use the right methods, we can get away with almost zero chemicals. And this is what we're doing. What you're actually doing with the living roots in the soil, that's a carbon pump. And for that, you need weeds and green cover. Whatever the problem is, usually the primary weed that would start there would be the solution for that soil problem. And that's what it's all about, trying to have everything in the system work together instead of trying to fight one thing in the system and actually creating a misbalance.
Ek dink eintlik daar's 'n toekoms in die chemie vorentoe nie. Als raak net erger en erger.
Nitrogen is what supplies the growth in the plant, and the leaves that is green is because of nitrogen. When you start applying that from the outside because the soil's not working, then you create a bigger imbalance with food that's got low nutritional value. If everything in the soil is working perfectly, we wouldn't need to apply any nitrogen.
Grondgesondheid is mos een van die hoofredes hoekom ook ons doen wat ons doen, ja. Soos meer aardwurms en grondlewe wat net als beter raak.
Die gras, soos die gras toe is, nee. Soos grond, ons grond is baie goed, die goed wat ons plant tussen die blommetjies wat hier opstaan. Dat groei goed, want ons grond is baie goed.
The one thing I can see is if we get thunder showers now, because we've got a little bit of ground cover all over the farm, we don't have runoff anymore. So I know that water is being filtered by the plants, by the plant roots, and it's going into the soil.
Jy gebruik nie meer water omdat daar nou ekstra goed is wat ekstra wortels in die grond is hier.
Otherwise, what happens with that water is when we get rain, it just runs off and it creates floods. And then we sit with water restrictions because we couldn't capture that water into the soil.
Een groot voordeel wat ons het natuurlik met al die ground cover is as dit so warm raak hier in die somer, Januarie, Februarie maand, veral met die pruime waar ons altyd 'n skoon bankie gehad het jy nou die hele tyd ground cover so jou grond raak nie so warm nie.
And the cooler the soil is, the more water the plants can actually use for growth. And the cycle sort of starts carrying itself. We've introduced livestock into the system to repair the soil and be part of a regenerative system. We've added sheep and chickens just on a small base and also pigs. When you group animals together, they are in competition. So when they move to a new piece of land, they eat everything, and what they don't eat, they trample. There's a lot of microbiology in their system that's also got a cycle in the soil. And by introducing them back into the system and using them, you actually put those microbes and organisms back into the soil. We started with these cages that we put about 12 to 14 sheep in, and then we move them forward by hand. So that creates a significant change on soil. 30% better growth where we have actually grazed. There's less compaction, it's greener, it's lusher, and that's building soil. It seems like if you've got a balance between the animals, you can sort of make sure everything's got its place. So we've got about 300 chickens in 2 mobile coops. These oaks are ready to get out. Let's open them. There's certain pests that's got to cycle through the soil. And to break that cycle in the pupae phase in the soil, if we get chickens in that grazes and scratches, that will take them out of the system. 5 years ago, we stopped with herbicides completely, and we won't go back to that. And it's amazing, there's quite a few pests that we don't spray for anymore because the natural predators have as opportunity to live.
Die oorgangsfase was nie maklik nie, sal ek sê was nie maklik nie. In die sin van nie onkruiddoders spuit nie, maar ek dink die resultate wys en moet nog ook wys hoe langer ons dit nog doen.
For us, it's a journey that every year we sort of tick one or two of the boxes. It's a little bit of a balance. You can't just drop everything and think you're going to have success. But once you start to understand the process and you actually get a feeling for what needs to happen, there's no turning back. It becomes a joy again because you are working with the land. I mean, we're just caretakers here, and we need to try and support each other and move forward.